Most of us aspire to get a good job, enjoy our spare time, and retire in comfort. And then there are the outliers. People doing weird and wonderful things and ignoring the whole system. This series is about pursuing dreams against all odds and with great success. It's about why some people choose no ordinary life. Farming can be a very difficult and trying career choice. There are very few vacations, there's certainly no 9-to-5 schedule, and total failure is always an option. Sam Haley is a courageous farmer, but also an unconventional one. She's a mother, an environmentalist, and a solo female farmer. She's also a llama-loving entrepreneur.
I live in Upper Musquodoboit, Nova Scotia, and my business primarily focuses on llama fertilizer and llama yarn. So a typical day for me starts anywhere between 5 and 6 when the little feet hit the floor and come flying into my bedroom. If they're by some green chance of everything lines up and I get to sleep until 6:30, that's a good day. Starts with breakfast with the boys, getting the dogs ready. Hi, Lenny. And then we're out the door for daycare, come back, do barn work, and then I'm working. I have a full-time job, so I'm either on the road or doing meetings for that as well. And then the day ends with getting the boys back at daycare, supper, and then bedtime, and then I'm in the barn. So I do not sleep very much, but I try to get like 5 or 6 hours in a night. Ideally, I'd like more, but that's just life. Started with one llama, and then it was like, okay, but she'd never been alone. So llamas are herd animals and they're supposed to be with friends, but I had friends for her, but she had never been away from her mom. So I promptly contacted the gentleman and I was like, will you sell her mother? So the next week I got her mother. And then it kind of blew up because Mama Llama was a lovely creature, and she was like the first llama that came off the ark. Like, she was geriatric as all get out, and when she started getting sick, which led me to look for other llamas to keep Lopi company. So I went to go look at a llama, and then I fell in love with 3, and who am I to split up a llama family? No. So we went to go get the llamas. Blaze wouldn't get on the trailer, Pepper and Jim would, so I came home with 4 instead of 3. And my husband at the time was like, you have a science degree, you can count. What is this? And then in the meantime, didn't know that Penny and Pepper were bred. So they had babies shortly thereafter that summer. And then there's just been, Lizzie trickled in. She's distantly related. When Jim's best friend died, I had to get another neutered male to keep him company, so that's where Larry came in. So it's just been kind of a conglomerate of llamas. And now I have 11. That's just kind of how it happened. Yeah. They're just really, really, really cool. Like, everything about them and how they work, it's fascinating. Super, super cool.
Hi, Sam. Hey. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
These are the llama beans?
These are the llama beans.
But not the kind of bean that I want to taste.
Please do not consume. At any rate, please do not consume.
Wow, so they're really small?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because depending on the llama and what they eat, their poop will be different. So when you're weighing out bags, sometimes some are fuller than others, but it's based on weight.
Okay.
So little poop and big poop.
Okay. Can I
Yeah.
touch it?
Yeah, I have a gloves or somewhere in my pocket maybe. Somewhere I have extra gloves just in case. You want to shove that bad boy on?
Just in case you get a visitor who really wants to feel the llama
Exactly.
poop.
Or if you're brave, you can go bare hand. That's fine too.
Oh, well.
What's your sense of adventure?
Oh, it's really dry.
Yeah, so
And light, okay.
it's super light and super dry.
This setup, I get, you're just like filtering it through.
Yeah.
Did you build all of this equipment yourself?
I came up with the idea and I had some help from like friends and my grandfather. I knew when I started drying them that I needed to have like really good ventilation. But the problem is with the varying sizes, you can't really get like a wire or a hardware cloth that will kind of fit everything. So then I was like, well, what's the best thing? Like screen doors. Or old screens from Windows. So this is literally just a screen door I got from my friend that it's sandwiched in between these two pieces of wood. So when I'm not using it, I can just tuck it up and fold it and there's a hook. I do want to try it in the sun. However, I know if it's in the sun, the nitrogen will break down.
Okay.
And that's one of the perks of the llama beans, that it's super high in nitrogen. So I have to try and find a way to dry it, but I'm actually degrading it at the same time.
This stuff has to be worth a lot if your whole business is based on a screen that's like 5 by 3.
It is. I try to. It's a very much a niche market product, I guess, for like container gardeners and indoor gardening and stuff like that. But I have the science behind it because I have a plant science degree. So it's not like I just came up with this idea and I know nothing about it. Like I've had it analyzed at the Harlow Institute in Truro, so I know what the nutrient breakdown is and everything. It's not like your dog just like had an accident in the kitchen either. It's like you don't notice it. Like
No, I know. I came in here and obviously I was joking about like beans, but it does not smell like manure or even. How did you find this perfect niche business?
I was researching their manure and uses. Super high in nitrogen, higher nitrogen than poultry and cow, and it is not hot. So their digestive system is different. So hot plants, what happens is, or hot manure, the plants burn because the organic matter breaks down the manure. That doesn't happen with this.
So you can put this on relatively fresh, right onto like vegetables, veggie beds and stuff.
Exactly, and you can even incorporate it into the soil instead of a top dress.
Okay, is this the first step in the poop sorting process?
No, it's not actually. The first step is I get it from the stalls, obviously, and then I have my machine that I have located over there that it's kind of like a retrofitted blueberry cleaner.
What?
Yeah, so I'm from a blueberry farm, and my grandfather's like a mad scientist. Like, it's crazy. So we were talking one day, I'm like, I need something to get rid of the debris. Like, I have to, because it's so time consuming picking it up by hand. And he's like, why about no blueberry cleaner? So I call it the Bean Boozler. That's the Bean Boozler 3.0. He's kind of the mastermind, and I'm the one who gets us in trouble. So I come up with the ideas, he orchestrates it, and then we get yelled at the end of the day. So.
Oh my gosh, can we go snuggle some llamas now?
Absolutely. Larry would love to meet you.
Yay.
100%.
All right. So this is Larry?
This is Larry.
Larry's so shy.
Yes.
He's not affectionate at
No,
all.
no. Larry has personal space issues. He doesn't really worry about what anybody thinks. He's very much like, hello. And if you try to correct him on his manners of being in your space, he takes it very personally and comes back full force.
Oh my goodness. And I see his little cheeks puffing out.
Yes. So sometimes when they threaten to spit, they'll puff.
Yeah.
I've never seen him spit at a human since he's been here. And everyone's like, it's a warning. I'm like, but he's defective if that's the case, because he's not, he's not spitting.
No, he's not spitting. He's giving kisses.
He is. He loves the peoples. He loves the touches. He loves the scooches. He loves photobombing.
Are they all that friendly?
They all have personality. It's just like humans.
Oh my gosh, you have so many animals to love in this barn. And a family.
And a family.
Does it get hard?
Actually, quite honestly, these guys are kind of easier, like on the scheme of things, these guys are pretty easy.
Yeah.
Like their diet's quite straightforward. Like I don't need to do any special minerals or stuff like that. Their feed is completely complete. And then they have hay, and then they graze, and they have water. The big thing about them is their shearing. It's the big thing that's done once a year. And that's kind of the big thing, because they haven't got their haircuts this year obviously yet.
Okay.
That'll happen later on in the summer, but that's their biggest thing. And other than that, like I just love them and hang out with them.
Sam does pretty much everything around here, but when it comes to sheep shearing, she calls in an expert. Peter Kozier is a professional sheep shearer, and thanks to Sam, now he shears llama too. Okay, so what is a sheep shearer doing on a llama farm?
Not all sheep shearers shear llamas, but I happen to shear for both.
I was gonna say, this has to be some kind of thing that you learn.
Yes.
Like how, because I mean, from what I've seen of llamas, they don't act exactly the same as sheep, and they're a little bit bigger.
Yeah, a lot bigger. And the process is a little bit different.
So how did you get into sheep shearing in the first place?
I brought home 3 sheep, and they needed to be sheared, so I thought, well, why not? I could probably do that. So I bought the equipment, and then because it's so expensive, I kind of wanted to maybe make some of my money back. And I remember a friend of mine who was a sheep farmer, I called him to ask to shear. And I mentioned what I was doing, that I'd bought the equipment and I wanted to maybe make a little bit of money. Could I come shear some of his sheep? And he said, sure, come on over anytime. And he said, you just be careful what you wish for. And that's sort of how it all began. And then it just sort of kept continuing on from there.
So describe to me what your job looks like now.
So this time of year, probably April to August, it's 5 to 7 days a week. And I'll travel around the Maritimes to shear for sheep farmers.
How many sheep does a sheep shearer shear?
Well, I guess it all depends. So there's some people who shear basically on evenings and weekends, so they wouldn't shear as much as a person shearing full time. So far this year, I've sheared about 4,000 sheep. Yeah.
4,000?
Yeah.
Do you find out you're a natural at it and it just feels right, and then you're
No,
like, let me do 4,000
no,
sheep?
it's like a lot of things, I think, in trades where it's the hardest it'll ever be in the beginning.
Yep.
But it does speak to a person's ability to, I guess, want to learn. It's not for everybody. Some people take training and learn that it's not for them and hire me happily.
Yeah.
And then some people take courses and learn how to and then continue on.
Okay, because I have seen sheep shearing demonstrations, and it's like you watch the sheep just kind of sit there like a big teddy bear, but you know that,
yes,
you know,
and
there's
so to
holding
what you guys
happening.
see, it's quite a bit different. For me, when I'm shearing, I'm using my legs and my knees and my arm that's not shearing to help hold the animal, to keep it comfortable and maneuver the animal to the way that I need it, so that it's tightening out the skin and opening up the fleece.
Oh,
and
because you have to hold it taut and everything too.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know we're not going to be shearing any llamas today.
Yes.
Because there's a special season for that.
Well, I guess it depends. So for everybody, it's a little bit different. Some people shear every second year, some people shear every year. It really depends on the length of the fiber. That's kind of the important part. So they want to shear the animals when the fiber's ready for what they're going to use that fiber for. Yeah.
But we do have some sheep that need a haircut.
Yes. So we have 3 rams who hopefully they'll be more than accommodating.
Ready to dance?
Yeah, ready to dance.
And then close it.
And close her up. Hi. Oh. Right. So is she comfortable right now?
It's he.
Is he comfortable? Oh, it is a he, isn't it?
Yeah. So yes, if I can hold him properly,
Yeah.
Between this hip and
Yep.
that hip,
Yeah.
then he shouldn't try to kick
He's
or try to
supported.
get away.
Yeah.
He's feeling supported.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to clear the belly wool off, and the reason we do that is that's usually the the coarsest and the dirtiest wool, so we want to get that out of the way.
Okay.
That way it doesn't get mixed in with the better stuff that's on his blanket
Okay.
area.
Oh, and you get right down to the skin, eh?
As close as possible.
Yeah. Does it all come off in one piece?
It should.
Mm.
He's white closer to the skin,
Yeah.
but you can see that there's some yellow parts to it.
Yeah.
The yellow parts are the lanolin, which is the natural oil that comes off of their skin. So when we're shearing the animal, it's best to try and shear when there's what they call a rise in the wool, where you can see that it's nice and white down close.
Yeah.
Because that yellower stuff is a lot stickier, and it would make it harder for me to move my handpiece
Okay.
into the wool. So as I move them,
Yeah.
I'm trying to shift them as much as possible. That way I don't have to do any large movements.
Okay.
While I'm shearing. Everything is designed as part of the dance,
Yeah.
where you're moving into position so that you're ready for the next step.
Wow. You're really moving the sheep in a lot of ways that I did not expect a sheep to be able to move. It really is a dance, eh?
I like to think so.
Yeah.
So if you want to come over here and give it
Yeah.
a try.
Actually try it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God. Okay.
So come in here, left foot between mine, right foot over here.
Okay.
Hold on to the handpiece.
Are you sure?
All right, I'm gonna hold on with you.
Yep.
And then I'll let you do it on your own.
But how hard do I press or anything?
So just rest it up against the body.
Yeah.
It's no problem. It won't pick up any skin. I'll look after that.
Okay.
We're gonna go nice and slow. Are we
Okay.
ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Remember, loosey goosey. All right, are you ready? Bottom piece down.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
And then it's all you. You ready?
Yeah. Just this way?
Yeah. Come back and try again.
Oh. Wow.
All right, if you want to pull the
This
cord.
pull?
There you go. How does that feel?
Thank you. Very real. Oh my goodness. Wow. And that's it.
There he
You
is.
did it. Good job, buddy. Oh, he is greasy.
Yes.
Really waxy.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And this is, so this all sticks together.
Yeah, here, we'll roll it right out.
Oh my gosh. There you go,
Go
bud.
with your pals.
I can't believe you let me do that.
So there, all in
and
one
there's
rug.
one. No sheeps were harmed in the making of this rug.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. There's doers, and then there's dreamers. And then you meet a magical creature like Sam, who is both. She's so amazing. She goes out because she wants a llama, and then she comes home with a whole herd. Then she figures out how to get her pets to pay for themselves by selling their poop. And now she's decided to take their fiber and turn that into a living as well. I mean, it's mind-boggling. Okay, so on top of everything else that you do,
Yes.
then you come in here and you are spinning your llama wool?
Fiber?
Fiber?
Fiber's the word I use, or floof.
Okay, I thought that was made up word.
No, it's my word. It's just an affectionate term, you know, like you might call like sweetheart or honey to
Yeah.
like your person. I call it floof.
All right, so you spin floof.
I spin floof. I make it into warm, soft things. This is my wheel.
Okay, this is really compact.
It's it's a Magicraft wheel. It's a brand name, and it comes from, they're handmade in New Zealand.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so when I decided I was going to do it, I learned on like one of the old school ones, but I tried one of these and loved it.
You order this and you bring
Yeah.
it home, and then how do you figure out how to use it?
So this came with instructions how to actually like construct this wheel, thankfully, but it's it's much like the whole thing, like it started with one llama, that's the exact same thing. So it was like, okay, I have llamas. Cool. They need haircuts or shearing. And then it's okay, now they're sheared and they're naked and they look like bobbleheads in my barn. What do I do with it? And then I was like, well, you spin it. And I was like, okay, where do we go? Like so, and then it was a really roundabout way. So the lady, I call her Yoda. She's the most lovely human in the world. Okay. Like I just love her. She's this lovely little old English lady. She had seen a post somewhere about the llamas and wanted to know who sheared them, and because she had a llama, but her llama needs to be sedated to be sheared. So she wanted to know who I was going to use in the process. And then we got talking, and then she offered to just teach me how to spin. Like it snowballed.
Cool.
So for about 6 months, maybe more, every Friday afternoon, because I was on mat leave, I would drive down to her place, get there at 1, and get home at like 7. And we would just like spin, like talk about the wheels, spin. And she has a whole like flue factory in her basement. So I learned about carding and picking and washing and like all the processing stuff.
So you just dove right in.
I dove right in. And
I feel like there is literally nothing that you could not just attack and master.
I feel like I have to like it or be interested in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really like the floof was kind of just a complete offshoot. Like I've never been around sheep. I've never been around fiber. I don't know how to knit. I taught myself how to crochet. But like it's not something I was in. So like once I like got a piece of it, I was like, oh my God. And then all the different sheep had different fibers. Do you want to try?
Yeah, if you trust me with it.
Oh, if you break this, I'll be impressed.
Okay.
Thoroughly impressed if you break this.
No,
So you wanted to start that way? Just feel how the petals go?
Oh, whoa, it's happening. It's happening.
So you just kind of...
Oh no, this is something where my feet have to work with my brain
I know,
and my hands.
It's really kind of like a holy...
other way.
Yeah, it's like a sweet...
Come on.
Oh. Here, I'll just follow the pressure on your feet, and there you go.
This is not going to go well.
It's okay. It's fine.
Oh,
it's
no.
fine. And quite honestly, full disclosure, llama is not the easiest to learn on.
Oh, thanks, Sam.
No, I know. It's not. It's one of the finer fibers. So usually, you learn on like something like a North Country or something a little more durable, like a sheep. This is kind of like my, I guess, like the other version of my me time.
Yeah.
Because like it's nothing for me. Like, I'm going to spin like half an hour, and then I get so into it. It's like 4 hours later. It's like 3 a.m. and it's like, that was a bad life choice.
And then you're up again.
Then I'm up again usually whenever I hear the little feet. Like, your mom's.
Do you know what's funny about you? You say, when I hear the little feet, and I'm like, which ones? The rabbits, the dogs, the cats, the llamas, the horse, the pony.
Right.
Am I missing anybody?
My 6-year-old.
I know that reflex, but I do know that also if I heard other little feet, I'd be like, go back to bed.
Go back to bed.
I am not dealing with you.
No, thank you.
And the fact that you deal with all of these little feet and all of these little hearts, and you take care of them all, it's just like mind-boggling to me, Sam.
To be fair, if I heard llama feet in the house, I'd probably have a small cardiac event because they're not supposed to be there.
They're not in the house yet, but I could see you snuggling with one.
There'd be a lot of movement very quickly if I heard hoofs in the house.
You're also inspiring a whole community of especially female entrepreneur farmers. Like, you're showing people that they can do it, and they can do a lot.
Which is really kind of cool because that's not something I originally thought of. So I've had, and the fiber is one of those like traditional things. Do you know what I mean? Like it comes like from forever ago, and you don't like want that to disappear.
Yes. And I feel like you are inspiring people across the board. You're breaking stereotypes on both ends.
Both ends of the things.
And you're doing an amazing job at it.
You never want to resent it. Something that was like such a passion project and so much fun. Like you don't want to be like, I don't want to go feed the llamas.
Something tells me that you are going to have fun for a long time.
I hope so. Like I think so. Maybe I'll get yaks someday.